When the weeds, rubbish and scrap from 40 years of dumping were removed, the quality of the original construction was clearly revealed and demonstrated the potential for total restoration of the historic route. The 4 district councils through which the inland navigation passed decided to coordinate their efforts in purchasing the entire route, and public meetings were held to gauge opinion on the various schemes put forward. Newry's first Canal Festival was held along the quays and in the newly cleaned up Albert Basin. The public began to appreciate the advantages, not just for tourism, but for themselves. Newry and Mourne District Council announced the purchase of their section from the receiver for just £2 at an even bigger festival several years later. Public interest has now ensured that Newry's canals cannot be forgotten. The complete channel is now owned by district councils. Consultants have produced schemes for reopening the 1742 canal right up to Lough Neagh, and an application for funding has been made to the Millennium Commission. If the scheme is carried out in conjunction with an eventual restoration of the Ulster Canal, someday more substantial boats might depart from here for Enniskillen or Limerick on what would be one of Europe's longest and finest waterways. Early one morning in May 1994 appeared a sight which no one had expected to see again. A ship was turning in Albert Basin. The preserved vessel Balmoral had sailed from Scotland to take part in celebrations marking Newry's 850 years as a town. The first ship to berth here in more than 20 years was packed to the rails when it departed gracefully along the broad canal. Most of those on board had only vague memories of ships here, but there was a tear in the eye of many older Newry folk as they approached Fathom Lock. Out she came in the evening sunshine into the high tide of the Clanrye River and around the tight bend where Narrow Water Castle still guards the channel. The people of Warrenpoint crowded the new pier to cheer on the fine old ship. An historic link was being renewed, even if only for a few days. From house, from farm, from car window, all along by Omeath and Carlingford, they watched and they waved. Out here on the estuary, Rostrevor, Greencastle, Greenore, the sundered connections were being temporarily retied. In 1984, a special train travelled southward from Portadown towards the once abandoned Bessbrook station. Amidst enthusiastic celebrations, the station was reopened and renamed Newry. It now provides a regular rail service once again, but at a considerable distance from the town centre. Modern, powerful locomotives continue to speed intercity passengers between Belfast and Dublin on the upgraded track across Craigmore Viaduct. Though overgrown in places, the track bed of the old branch line has been kept clear of development from Gorawood Junction right into Edward Street in Newry. And in an admirable example of forward planning, a bridge has been provided under the new bypass road capable of taking a railway, and even possibly a slightly rerouted Bessbrook tramway. Although it is very unlikely that trains will ever again travel to Warrenpoint or Greenore, it is quite possible that they may, one day, run into a combined bus and railway station in Newry town. It's planned to revive another route, with a car ferry across the estuary between Greencastle and Greenore. When all of these developments are complete, the inland canal reopens and the new bypass road hastens traffic across the border, some, at least, of the Clanry connections will have been remade.